So you're having a hard time in life, are you? Well, what are you going to do about it? I mean, there's plenty of books you can read, but what kind of time do you have to really invest into getting into a book and getting this in, figure out what, out of all these pages and all these chapters, what is the knowledge that I need that's going to break me free, that's going to open my world up? You know, we have a hard time because we're so inundated all day, every day with freaking information. If you came across this, it's a fucking miracle because you could be watching anything else like cat videos right now. You could be fucking wasting your life on cat videos. And if you're keeping up with the Kardashians, you're keeping up with a lifestyle that's not your own, and you're believing, oh, at any minute, if I just dream big enough, if I have enough fucking vision boards, I'll be able to have this life. But it's not true, okay? The thing that's true is you need to be able to have the right source of information, and you need to be able to break old code and act on that information. So let's talk about it. You're going to have to watch the rest of the video on my YouTube to really understand, to dig deep into what we're talking about breaking code, okay? It's like you have it from your mom and your dad and your history and your DNA, and to be able to rewrite that code, it takes a very specific thing to be able to do that. So if you've watched to this far, if you clicked over from my Instagram, congratulations. I appreciate your attention span. So let's talk a little bit about rewriting the code, okay? So one of the things that rewrites code is love. It's really true love. And love is patient, love is kind, love is long-suffering. It's the love that we hear about in Corinthians, all right? Corinthians 13:13. There's nothing greater than love. And why is there nothing greater than love? I mean, love is an interchangeable word with like spirit, with Shakti, with the great God or whatever, Lord, and not in the dogmatic sense. It's not going to beat you over the head for being a bad Christian. I'm going to beat you over the head for being a bad Jew. You must be guilty for what you've done. You put your dick in someone you shouldn't have. Not that kind of thing. Love is like when you're really loved and you're loved well. It has a transformative quality to it. And a lot of us look at love as like this object. What is this object? And the thing is, love is the result. It's not the outcome. I learned this from a dear friend, Chris King. God bless him. He really like put this. He's like, if you make the girl the goal, if you make her the goal and not the focus, you're gonna fuck up the relationship. If she becomes this prize to have, this trophy, and not something you're willing to effort for, you're gonna completely screw things up. And often we do that with our life. We think, oh, I just want to be able to have this thing. We make it the goal. And that's a lot of what coaches do. They say like, oh, but they don't really give you the gift and the grace of the process. The joy of learning to learn and to be able to say like, I knew this code once before and I've been running my life on it. I learned it when I was 5 years old that I needed to shut up and just be a good boy or a good girl. And that meant that I had to like take care of my brothers and sisters. I had to be the one who would break up the fight for my mum and dad. I had to be the one to be able to step in, and I couldn't do it. It's like I couldn't really. I was only 5. What kind of information does a 5-year-old have? Except for we're like pretty connected to source, so we do the best we can to be loving and whatever. Sometimes we throw tantrums, and then it grows. It grows into this personality trait in our lifetimes, and then we figure out, oh God, why do I have the same relationships over it? We've heard this time and time again. We're biting the drum. We're biting it. So if you want to get off of that wheel and you want to be able to rewrite your code, like that DNA, the thing that's like not only showing up. So we have genotypic and phenotypic. So genotype is like actual map, the map that you got the chromosomes through your mum and your dad as they come together. But the phenotype is like what actually presents itself in this world. So your environment really affects the phenotype, and this is something called epigenetics, right? So if you're a smoker, that's obviously, if you have a little bit of lung cancer running in your family, there's a better chance that you're gonna express that, right? Or if there's a long history of stress in your life, there's different things that are going to show themselves. So it's so important to learn the skills, the very simple, and this is the thing that's crazy, as the things that are the simplest are the most profound. The things that are the simplest are the most profound. They can move the dial more than all this effort in that we do. And it really is about finding your core story, finding who you really are and what you operate by, and all these other old stories you've been living by, these old codes that are just like in there running daily, and the addictions that we have because of those old code, because we like to feel this sense of familiarity and security and all of that. So I really invite you to just not be afraid of the unknown, but rather to have a guide through it, through the valley of the shadow of death, Psalms 23, right? But I will fear no evil, for the Lord is with me. He's with me. And grace and mercy will follow you all the days of your life. Grace and mercy. But to be able to have grace and mercy, you really have to be able to put your eye in the prize. And I invite you for the prize to be freedom. All right, I offer that. I've lived quite a life. I've lived quite a gypsy life. I've had parents that have died in my 20s, and I've just continued to just educate myself to be able to move forward. But I will say that there is a price to freedom. There's an actual price in this case. It's not just like a kind of there's a price to it. So it's $4,500, love. So I share that with you so that you're prepared, because oftentimes we think to ourselves, I really want this thing, and we don't budget for it. We just say, oh, I'll throw caution to the wind, fuck it. And that's a big way we make our decisions. And this is something that's a very intentional decision that I'm inviting to you. If it's not for you, there's a lot of different things you can do. You can go to my website and you can read my blogs. You can buy my book, Breakup Rehab. It's right here. It's really hard to see it because of the lighting. There it is, Breakup Rehab. That's on Amazon. And also heardnotseen.com, love. Heardnotseen.com. Go there and listen to me. You'll have a great time and get a lot of information. We'll learn a lot about each other. So I just invite you. I invite you to be able to step over the threshold of who you've been and to who you want to be. It's a lifelong journey. We're all going through it, but it's important that you have the knowledge, skills, and abilities, and I'll teach you all of that. Thank you so much. This has been very lovely talking to you. I'm Stitch, and I'm an aspect of Rebecca. So we'll have a good time sharing things with you when you listen to us. So, okay, we'll wrap it up here. We'll close it out. How do you like the makeup today? I got a little creative. All right, ciao.